Yeah, you're troll. Okay, yeah. Today I'm gonna be, defending the position that
Oh my god, stop being a fucking cornball, bitch. I asked
no,
for the
you were the cornball. You're the cornball. Do not interrupt my recording. Yeah,
asked for that fucking basically guys. Today I'm gonna be defending. No, I want
I'm
you to
debating. Nigga, what are you talking about? Calling me a bitch? Get the fuck
I
up.
need to explain the inconsistency, right?
All right. So yeah,
What's
the
the inconsistency?
Uzuhiko or the Rasengan Uzuhiko definitely some inconsistency within the Boruto scaling. The reasoning for this is that there is some underlying beliefs that I have to believe that Uzuhiko causes that Boruto utilizes the kinetic energy of the planet to inflict harm, substantial harm, even one-shotting harm on a supposed high tier in the verse. This only becomes inconsistent if you believe that A, Hidari is substantially stronger than Naruto when he became universal, or even on that level. If we don't believe that to be the case, then this recording is pointless.
By
Do you,
definition for this, blah blah
do
blah
you
blah
believe
blah.
that to be the case?
I'm just letting you. I'm letting you get your little talk out. I'm just doing something real quick.
Okay, ask the question now. That was very
Yeah, I
important.
know.
Do you
I
believe
said
that
I'm
to be the case?
doing something. I'm doing something real quick. I'm writing something down.
You guys trying to get the argument. It's not gonna
What
work.
this mean?
Hurry up, boy.
Yeah. So emotions, sense. Okay. So you said the inconsistency is what?
Yeah, this inconsistency only arises if you believe that Hidari is on the level of Naruto when he became substantially universal in strength in terms of AP.
I don't know why I would grant that because the
Oh, so
whole
do you
time.
not grant that?
Hold on. I'm saying I don't know why I would grant that, and I was getting on to say something before you rudely interrupted me. So, like I said, the point of the discussion is whether if the case that these characters had universal scaling prior, that Uzuhiko's existence would be an inconsistency. Now, when we look at the term, when we look at Uzuhiko, it just refers to a Rasengan that utilizes not only one's own chakra, but also the planet's rotation and orbit, plus the other corresponding centrifugal and other forces. Analytically, this could even encompass galaxies or the universe without contradiction. So I'm not seeing how, in the case that the galaxy is bigger than what bigger than what a universe would scale based off of VSBW standard or anything like that. I'm not really seeing how this is an inconsistency, as well as like Boruto's own chakra is something that's a factor. We don't know the specific relationship. We just know that the properties and aspects are part of the technique. So where are we getting the fact that this somehow contradicts universal scaling?
The fact that it contradicts universal scaling stems from the fact that I have reason to believe that Boruto is utilizing the kinetic energy of the planet as a substantial force to increase his own AP to cross the specific AP threshold to destroy his opponents, and his opponent being Hidari. Now, my proponent in discussion didn't feel whether or not to discuss whether or not Hidari is at this universal levels of scaling. So for
Okay.
this scaling, I'm just going to grant that Hidari is stronger than Naruto. Naruto is universal. This would cause a very large gap in scaling. Obviously, a planetary character cannot destroy a universal character in one shot. Now, for the adding on
Wait,
one's own
Ron,
chakra point,
you're going on to like a lot of different points, and we're not really staying on track. So we're gonna go back to
yeah, I
initially.
mean, we're definitely on track. I mean, do you
No,
disagree with
no,
anything I said?
you just went on to the other points. We're supposed to be discussing the prior points. I'm not gonna just go after without
Do,
engaging with the prior
do
stuff
you
first.
disagree with
I'm
what I
going
said?
step by step. Why would I agree with it? I'm not engaging with it until I'm done with the prior stuff.
No, do
Okay,
you
so
disagree with what I just
you
said
said
there?
that there's an AP threshold that he uses to kill Hadari. Now,
Yeah.
I don't think that I'm gonna ask you to prove that the
Okay.
planet. I'm asking you that the planet and stuff like that. And even if that is the case, why this planet's forces cannot equate to universal size in AP? I'm not seeing how definitely this is a contradiction. You're saying, well, we have reason to believe it because it's a planet. Planets can be multitudes of sizes in fiction. You're not really explaining like a contradiction, right? And then you
Is that
said,
are you done?
and then your line of reasoning was what? So I'm not, I guess, like
If
not
it's gonna be the
engaging
case that
correct.
are you done?
Yeah, I'm asking you a question.
What was the question?
I'm asking you if I engage with what you said directly and then repeat it. Specifically, the point about the contradiction being involved with Boruto having to use the planet's rotation orbit. We already know that he uses that to cause psychological damage in some relationship with chakra. Chakra can interact. Chakra is a mysterious thing. It's like interact with non-physical and the physical. We know there's non-physical relationships with the mind. You know, the unceasing nature of movement that might be causing motion sickness, or it might be like applied on his body in a way that it's not used to, or even to the chakra itself. And because that is chakra is moving in the unceasing nature, that's what's actually destroying his body. It could be some type of attack like that. You know, none of that is contradicted with the initial definition of Uzuhiko. It just seems vague. So where's the contradiction?
Are
And
you
then I
done?
want you to
Okay, I'm
prove
gonna
it
respond now, and
incorrectly.
I take it that you won't be interrupting me in my response.
No, I won't.
So
Go ahead.
the contradiction stems from the fact that prima facie, when describing a planet, we don't take a planet to be as the size of our universe. So it's either performatively contradictory index to the amount of evidence given, but currently we prima facie have reason to believe that if it's going to be the size of a planet, then it's not going to be universal in AP, because even on VSBW, universal literally stated to be something for something to be universal, it has to be the size of our universe. Now let's get on to the whether or not Boruto's psychological effects and Uzuhiko. I grant that Uzuhiko has a component that allows it to do psychological effects, but I'm not granting that that is the proponent that Boruto utilizes when he fights Hidari, because obviously these two things have two different activations and two different effects. Yes, it has similar properties, but Boruto distinguishes between the two abilities. So yes, it does have psychological effects, but there's two different. Their abilities are distinct. And interact with that, please.
Okay. So one, when we're talking about prima facie, you're saying, well, planets analytically, a planet doesn't seem to encompass like a set size. It has to be bigger. Actually, no, yeah, a planet. Yeah, there's dwarf planets. Planets. Yeah. So I don't really see how what you're saying was correct there. Planets can be any size. Again, we're talking about fiction, right? We don't have a concrete size of Naruto, so it wouldn't be a direct contradiction. You're saying prima facie at first glance it might seem contradicted. That's not the same thing as proving that it is a contradiction, right? And then when we look at prima facie, we could say prima facie, given the description of the technique, that it could encompass even galaxy or universal forces, given the text. So that's not really going to be something that provides
Hold on, give
a
me a second.
direct contradiction. When we're talking about prima facie, those types of things are that's just used to like provide some type of like maybe like an abduction that's like a seeming. If you're just posing like a seeming there now, unless you're going to proving that your seeming is actually truth tracking in the sense that it's factual, then I don't know. That I feel like that would be like circular. I don't really see how that justifies anything. So again, I need a direct contradiction. And as far as like your interpretation abilities, I'm not seeing where what you're saying is directly proved. I'm not seeing how it contradicts with what I'm saying. Uh, yeah, but you can repeat it but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, just to interact with what my proponent just laid out on the table for me. He's saying that prima facie doesn't see why I would hold the belief that a planet is not the size of a universe, given contextually. No, I'm gonna attack that
That's
point
not what
right
I
now.
said.
Yeah, okay, okay. Yeah, you said analytically, a planet doesn't have a direct size, right?
No, that's not what I said.
Oh, you didn't say that, or are you saying that's
I
not
said a
directly what you
planet
said?
a planet's size can encompass universal, galaxy, uh, whatever. Right? It's not really contradicting or in violation of nature what it is to be a planet, especially in like the fictional context or even in Naruto, seemingly. So we don't have any contextual proof that a planet cannot be that size, and I could actually give reason why uh the planet would be massive in size. There's lots of people who believe in like light speed and FTL travel speed in Naruto, and there's like statements that contextually imply that. So if it is the case that those statements are true, then it would be the case the planet would have to be massive in size. But I guess I could say that type of conclusion is warranted given the fact that we do have implications of light speed travel and things of that nature. So in that sense, I am justified propositionally, right? So it's not as if I'm operating under some like unknown parameters or areas of just complete uncertainty. But again, you're not really operating from areas of certainty, which you kind of have to in the case of where you're trying to
I
prove a definite contradiction,
I
or
don't know
even
about
like a
that because
conformative, or even like a performative.
I don't know
contradiction.
about that because me personally, you're telling me to run into contradictions, but I'm under the belief that contradictions don't exist. So when I'm listing out the properties for you, it's
Wait,
not
so
that.
you concede the
Hold on, hold
debate?
on, hold on, hold on,
So you
hold on. Can you
concede
listen,
the
bro?
debate?
Do not
That
cut
was
me
a
off
nice
and say I can
concession.
save the debate
That
without
was a
listening to